Hey, how's it going, guys? Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today we're doing a little video outside because it's a nice day. So I'm actually doing just kind of first impressions of the Craftsman M230 lawnmower. So it is a 7.25 horsepower engine. It's a Briggs and Stratton, which is always nice. And if you're wondering what this lawnmower is doing here, this is basically I guess you could call it older version of this. It's only 6.75. It's actually more displacements, 190 cc, but this one's 163. Yet we're making more power, just showing that there's improvements. Even though it's a smaller engine, we've somehow gotten a better power design out of the newer model, which is to be expected, of course. They're both front-wheel drive, front-wheel self-propelled. This one just has some more fancy lettering to make it look more fun on the front. Other than that, though, the lawnmowers, I would say, perform similarly. So this one's actually my parents' mower. I just recently got my own house, so I've been mowing with this one for about 10 years now. Ever since my mom had bought it, I started mowing the lawn with it, getting $10–15 per cut and everything. But this one's definitely served its purpose. One of the reasons I got a new one was because the ignition coil's actually gone out on this one. I ordered a new one. You can get them for $15 for a knockoff, or about $35 for the actual Briggs and Stratton part. So I'm waiting on that for probably a couple weeks with everything going on. But I also want to be able to return that to them. So I went ahead and just got this because I was going to need one regardless. So this is about $300. It comes in at $299 from Lowe's, who carries pretty much this whole Craftsman line. They actually have a competitor that's the exact same, almost. It's the same Craftsman, but I believe it was the M250. That's about $340 and looks pretty much the same. Big difference though is it has a Honda engine. But everything else that I was seeing on, it's the same specs and everything. It was 160 cc, I believe made around the same horsepower. So I didn't, like I said, I've trusted this Briggs and Stratton just with how good it's ran, and I've done no maintenance to it. Besides, I believed I dumped the oil out and added new SAE30 one time, and I've sharpened the blade maybe once in the 10 years. And I regularly have cut the grass and everything. One big feature I noticed that's a lot different on this one, and a lot of them come with it, is a hose hookup. Or at least I really have not done much research on this. I'm assuming it's a hose hookup to clean the inside of the deck, which is kind of a weird feature to me, but I don't know. I'm sure they added it for a reason. It's on almost every single one that was at Lowe's, so I'm sure that it serves a good purpose for maybe getting all the grass and gunk off the bottom of the deck. But yeah, like I said, it started right up too. So all I had to do for first time use was insert the whole bottle of oil that they include, just SAE30. It's Briggs and Stratton brand, pretty good stuff. I put the discard on the side because I'm not using the bag. The bag actually is right here. Comes disassembled. It's pretty easy to put together. It's just one of those dust blocker bags where it allows the air to push through, but it's supposed to keep all the dust and crap like that out of it. Comes with instructions, and of course, lawnmower comes with the handle folded down and the actual handle pushed in. So make sure that when you first get it, loosen this knob and this knob. You're going to pull the handle out, because at first I noticed it was really short and I was like, okay, that's weird. But if you leave those pushed in, the blade can actually hit the handle. So make sure you pull from the first notch to the second hole. And then you have 3 different choices of the angle for the height here. I think I chose the middle ground. These holes were really weird to get these bolts to go in. I think because they had such a thick coating over this of paint, I'd actually take my drill and drill that out, because I could not, even with a hammer trying to get these through, I could not get them through, let alone damage them to get them through. So you might have that same issue. It's not a huge deal, but that does put a little dilemma if you're trying to cut the grass quickly. Pretty standard kill handle right here that keeps the throttle going. Just like I said, it's standard with these lawnmowers. One thing that's a huge difference for me is before I had this for the front wheel drive, the self-propulsion was, it's kind of squeaky and everything. But one thing I liked about this though is I could use either hand on it. I could be holding it with my right and left hand, use both hands, whatever. This one, which I noticed a lot of new lawnmowers have, you have this, which it's easy to pull. It's not like it's any extra work, but if you're not right-handed, it could be a little bit awkward for you. So you kind of get this motion here. Once again, you can still do it technically with one hand, but you kind of have to use your right hand unless you're gonna, do it like this, which is kind of awkward. Regardless, you're gonna be using both hands on this anyways. But yeah, standard 21-inch deck, which pretty much any lawnmower around this price range you're gonna see. But yeah, other than that though, I actually just went ahead and cut my whole entire backyard, which I'm on about a 1/4 acre, and it had no problems doing it. The grass wasn't super tall, but there was a lot of spots like this where I would say the grass is probably up to maybe 4-ish inches. So what I'm actually going to do for the video, and I don't know if this camera does it much justice, but there is a lot of really tall grass over here, and like I said, the camera's probably not doing much for it, but to give you an idea, here's my hand next to it. Most of the grass is this tall. I mean, this is just a little taller patch, for example, but yeah, most of it's pretty tall over here. So I'm actually gonna try to one-hand this, and pretty soon we'll have a better camera setup. So sorry about what we have going in the meantime. So let's see if I can. I'm gonna have to push this down with one hand, see if we can get it to start up right away. So as you can see, it's easy to kill, just like any other lawnmower. Just to show you guys what I just cut though. Yeah, I mean, it didn't leave anything behind. That's one thing I'm already liking about it. Now, of course, this is a brand new lawnmower, brand new blades. So, I mean, really, if you get a lawnmower that doesn't do this, then it's probably not a very good mower. But, I mean, as you can see though, especially going over sticks and stuff, I mean, it does not have a problem eating up bark and small sticks and whatnot. I haven't had anything stop the engine yet, which is good. This one definitely, you know, the half horsepower really doesn't make much of a difference, at least in my eyes. This one, even being 10 years old, it definitely has a little bit more trouble than this one going over taller grass like this, but not by much. Another thing that this one had a lot more trouble with than this one seems to is the discharge on the side seemed to get clogged a lot. So you get a lot of debris caught inside of this discharge, a lot of grass, especially if it was wet. If it was wet, it was almost impossible to cut with. The grass here was actually fairly wet when I cut it, and I didn't really have any issues with the discharge getting stopped up. There was times where it bogged down, of course. Going over large lumps of grass, especially if I was going in the same direction in a circle or a square for a long time, you get lots of grass build up on top of the grass that you're trying to cut. So of course, because of that, you know, you get a lot of bogging down, and you have a much better chance of clogging your lawnmower up. But I didn't really have any of that, which was pretty nice change of pace with this new one. I do notice that it sounds a little bit more high pitched than this one, which I thought was kind of weird. I would have expected the larger, well, then again, I guess it is a smaller displacement, more horsepower, so smaller displacement, you know, it's a little bit higher pitched than this one is. It sounds a little bit more, I guess you could say, tin canny, which that could just be the whatever muffler exhaust system you're using could be a little bit, you know, different. But other than that though, I mean, I'm really happy with it for $300. There really wasn't anything better that I could find. You know, you go somewhere like Walmart and you're going to end up seeing brands like Snapper and Hyper Tough, which you know, they're not necessarily bad brands, but a lot of them did not have good reviews. This one here, I believe, had like a 4+ star review, as most of the Craftsman with Briggs and Stratton motors do. Because Briggs and Stratton is just a really good brand. I think they're voted under the top 10 small engine brand, and I mean that's across all small engines, you know, not just for lawnmowers and stuff. So yeah, I mean, a really good lawnmower though. I'm pretty happy about it. Like I said, my only real complaints, I mean, honestly, so far have been this right here is a little bit weird. You actually have to tighten the tension on the cable. At first, when I was trying to go, you know, I'm pressing it down and nothing's happening. I could feel it kind of budge forwards, but nothing's going, and I'm like, oh my god, did I get a dud? Well, you actually have to tighten this guy here, this wheel, which basically shortens the amount of travel that the throttle cable has to go. Well, not throttle cable, but the self-propulsion cable for this belt-driven front-wheel drive. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it though. Like I said, maybe if you guys want to, I can post a video of the longevity of it, you know, maybe a year or two from now, just let you guys know how it's doing, if I've had to do any serious maintenance to it. But other than that though, really happy with the product and everything. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to buy this actual lawnmower or similar ones that I put in the description down below, just use the links down below. They're affiliate links. They do help us out. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry about all the text.